Welcome to this video for employees of relevant entities who fall under the New South Wales Reportable Conduct Scheme. The purpose of this video is to introduce you to your reporting obligations and protections under the scheme. If you're not familiar with the New South Wales Reportable Conduct Scheme, we suggest you watch our video, Introduction to the New South Wales Reportable Conduct Scheme, before proceeding. If you're still not sure whether your organisation is a relevant entity, or whether your role makes you an employee of a relevant entity, you can visit our website for more information, or you can call our Reportable Conduct Enquiries line for advice. The New South Wales Reportable Conduct Scheme is administered by the Office of the Children's Guardian under the Children's Guardian Act 2019. Throughout this video, we'll just refer to this as the Act. The purpose of the New South Wales Reportable Conduct Scheme is to protect children, and everyone who falls under the scheme has a role to play in achieving this. If you become aware of a reportable allegation or conviction about any employee of your relevant entity, even yourself, the Act requires you to make a report about it as soon as practicable. You need to report it to the head of your organisation, or to the person who has been given the role of taking reports on behalf of the head of the organisation. To support you to make these reports, the relevant entity you work for needs to have clear policies and procedures for employees to make these reports, and you need to be aware of them. Sometimes there might be an allegation against the head of the organisation. In these circumstances, the Act requires you to report that allegation directly to us. We provide details about how to do this in the Reportable Conduct section of our website. It's important to know that you must report these allegations, whether or not you know or think they're true. That's because the Reportable Conduct Scheme is an allegations-based scheme. Sometimes it can be hard to identify whether the information you've received or the incident you've observed meets the definition or threshold of a reportable allegation or reportable conviction. To make sure you're meeting your reporting obligations, follow your organisation's procedures to promptly report any information where an employee of your relevant entity is alleged to have engaged in misconduct with, towards, or in the presence of a child, however you receive this information. If you fail to make a report, this might be misconduct, which your organisation would manage under its disciplinary procedures. It's important to be aware that in some circumstances, your failure to report might also be a reportable allegation against you, or could even be a criminal offence. If you realise you've unintentionally overlooked the need to make a prompt report, it's important to make the report as soon as you can. When you do that, you'll be fulfilling your obligation. Employees of relevant entities have an important role to play in keeping children safe from harm while they're in the care of the organisation. We know that children are safer in organisations where there is a strong culture of reporting and where concerns are identified and responded to promptly. These are key indicators of a child-safe organisation. We understand that sometimes employees can feel worried about reporting another employee in their organisation. They might think it's unfair, or they might be worried they'll experience reprisal from that employee, from others connected with the matter, or even their employer for making the report. The Act requires relevant entities to be procedurally fair when they are investigating reportable allegations. The Act also has provisions for the protection of any person who makes a report in good faith under the scheme. These provisions are at sections 63 and 64 of the Act, and they protect reporters against retribution from employers and any other person. You can find out more about these protections in the Reportable Conduct section of our website. How you respond to concerns about an employee's conduct with, towards, or in the presence of a child makes a difference. It's important that we all play our part in keeping children safe.